Parliament has exactly 9 sittings to deliberate on and pass 28 bills as required by the 2010 Constitution. 5 of the pending legislations are on land, and it is practically impossible for members of Parliament to pass the bills within 2 weeks. With severe consequences, including dissolution of Parliament looming, members of Parliament are considering extending the August 27th deadline to avert a constitutional crisis. Such an extension must, however, be supported by at least 233 lawmakers.
The House can decide to extend the period by 3 months, by 6 months, by 1 year.
5 of the pending bills are on land, a sensitive and emotive subject. They include the Community Land Bill of 2015, the Physical Planning Bill of 2015, as well as the Eviction and Resettlement Bill of 2015, but the thorny Historical Land Injustices Bill and the provision on minimum and maximum acreage have not been processed.
We have very good reasons to believe that somebody somewhere or some interest somewhere are very scared of some of these land-related bills.
What stops them from bringing the Historical Land Injustice Bill? Why wait when it is 16 days to the deadline and blame government, blame the AG?
Stakeholders are raising the red flag on the apparent deliberate delay in enactment of land laws, even as the Parliamentary Committee on Lands called for calm.
Not enacting amendments to the first 3 sets of laws has been a recipe for disagreements between the Cabinet Secretary and the Land Commission. Essentially, if you watch, some of the things that have suffered include issuance of titles. So if government postpones that, then it means essentially that they will be postponing the effective delivery of projects like titling, like computerization, which have been contentious between the Ministry and the Commission.
We don't want to do an act, or rather a registration that is supposed to even cause more problems in this particular country, especially realizing what is land in Kenya.
Over 60% of the country's land is communally owned, with Article 63 of the Constitution outlawing any disposal of community land in the absence of a specific legislation, with foreign investors channeling resources to exploration of oil, coal and other minerals in communally owned land before the Community Land Bill 2015 is passed. Experts warn of a looming crisis.
It is in the interest of the government to ensure that we have a framework on community land yesterday. Because if communities today began to point out that government or investors are trying to deal with community land in the absence of a community land law framework, then government is going to find itself with suits it may not be able to essentially navigate.
It's now Parliament's turn to keep. I mean, the rest of us have done our part. So they must engage with those social and political dynamics and come up with a law within the time frame, even if we are talking about an extended time frame.
A motion seeking to extend the August 27th deadline will be tabled in the House next week. Francis Gashuri, Citizen Business Center.